we got to talk about this, man, for sure. This definitely, just perked my ears up and all that to a few things that we say that we don't understand when we saying them. We literally implicating ourselves in so many ways. You know what I mean? This shit gotta be your fault at a point. If you looking for the same things, expecting different results, that shit is called insanity. And we continue to be duplicative of that behavior, those wants, needs, and desires. So, we had the women's POV, man. The POV we had on Tuesday was dope as hell, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen it. If not, we're going to review it a little bit. We had this conversation over and over. We did a stream about a year or so ago where it said, what type of men do you prefer? Hood adjacent or square adjacent or something to that like? And we want to make this a spectrum so we can make sure our man, the women, make sure their man isn't a square, right? So they try to push him more to the, like, he edgy and all that, And then we continue to hear women that are 20, 30, 40, 50 with the same complaints. But they have not changed their desires. So what the fuck do you expect? Here's what I'm telling you. There is no spectrum. One, the nigga who you call hood and shit, you ain't built for that. You ain't built like that. You don't come from that environment. By and large, you never been outside. Right? Conveniently, we want to make a spectrum. Nah. Here's the truth. Right? You think you want that. You try to call it edge, and then we continue to get negative results over and over and over. And the thing is, they acting like it's a young woman that is saying that. But it was 50-year-olds saying the same shit. Think about that. The 20-year-olds want a nigga that's edgy. The 25-year-olds too. And the 30-year-olds. And the 40-year-olds. And the 45-year-olds. And the 50-year-olds. You doing this shit to yourself. See, the gangsters I know, they got a little bubble in their stomach from time to time because of how much money they used to get. But they be like, yeah, nigga, I'm a square and I'm all right with it. I'm trying to be out here for my kids, for my wife, for my family. I'm good. I'll be a square. My man was on the panel one time. They was calling him a simp and shit in the chat and all that, right? And all I'm thinking in my head, this nigga will knock your fucking head off if you ever disrespected him in person. Ever. You would never get that off. But he was sitting in a warehouse. I think most of the women thought he was attractive. He was telling a story about how he left this lady that owned a restaurant that he goes to on Sundays a tip. Because he saw her nails. He like, oh, you know, they was having a conversation. Like, I ain't even had a chance to get my nails done. I've been ripping and running, making the restaurant go. So he tipped the waiter, the server, and then he tipped her $100. They're like, oh, this nigga's a simp. He wasn't even trying to get no cheeks off it. He just said, I respect the grind. Now, could he? I think so. Because all the women in the chat was digging him. And he work in a warehouse now. He had a little jumpsuit on. You would never know that this nigga had more money than you could shake a stick at. You know? But now he doing his painting business, you know what I'm saying? He always with his kids. He with his girls. You know what I'm saying? He chilling. And you know what? I'm happy, nigga. I'm a square now. And then we got niggas who's actually squares trying to act like they ain't. Never been outside. Never been knocked before. Never seen inside of a jail cell. But they don't want to admit it. Meanwhile, the niggas that was really outside is calling their own self squares. Nah, it's more than just fighting, DJ Smoke. Stay with me. Stay with me. You know? But that's the interesting thing, though. Right? The women say, I want a nigga with edge. I want this. I want that. Look at your results. Look at the state of our relationships. No, you need a square. Those are the men that qualify. Now, here's the clarification. Hood niggas, street niggas don't got the monopoly on man shit. You think because I'm a square, you just gonna pick on me? You think you gonna bother my family, bother my wife, bother my children? You think you just gonna run up on me and do whatever you want to me? Nah. Nah, my heart. It's not gonna go how you think it's gonna go. Most of us are squares. And you know what? That's O-fucking-K. You a man at the end of the day. So act like it. Be like it. Here's another thing. Women say, I want him to be me. Shut up. That archetype of man you want, he gonna be mean to you too, sooner or later. The problem is the cosplay shit that's in the middle. Niggas acting like something that they not, that's in the middle. That's the problem. That's the issue. That nigga need to let him know. Yo, look, yeah, I got the street nigga uniform on. I got the grizzly. You know what I'm saying? I got the chain and the watch and all that. Right, all right, cool. Still acknowledge that you was square, bro. And you know what? That's okay. Because remember, the retired street niggas that really put in work, that was in 23-1 and knocked for shit and then finally got out because they changed the laws. Happy, blessed to be called a square. Niggas who really put in pain accept the fact that they called a square. Appreciate their life. Appreciate the solace, the comfort, the peace of being a square. Meanwhile, the niggas that ain't seen nothing, done nothing, ain't one, fuck out of here. Exactly, truth. That's what them niggas saying, nigga. What you, yo, what's popping? What's popping, OG? I'm staying out the way, cuzzo. That's what they be saying. Yo, this the brokest I ever been. I'm good though. You know what I mean? I seen what it was like. But think about this, right? When I play the clip, I want a hood nigga, a hood adjacent nigga. You don't know what you're talking about. Right? And then when you get that because of so-called excitement at 40, 45, 50 years old, and you can't find no solace, don't point no fingers. Right? Don't point no fingers at anybody. Don't start telling niggas you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, run astray, run amok and all that. Nah, you did that to yourself. Because you've been looking for the same thing over and over, understanding the results you had previously. Ain't nobody hoodwink you. Ain't nobody feeling sorry for you. You asked for that. Because you can't even identify it for real. And you got the audacity to be saying, I don't want no square nigga. I don't want... It don't make no sense, bro. That's exactly what you need. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. DJ Ham the Stampede. DJ Ham the Stampede. Alright, so salute to the POV, man. Salute to Naughty, Cali, Ressa, Aaliyah, Net, Lady Di, and Miss Darcel in the building, man. They did a hell of a job. Let's listen to this conversation, man. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. This is interesting, man. Hell of a show for sure. Oh, we agree. Some always exist. Would you say the majority of women that are in this current?
Yeah, the majority. I feel like the majority.
Okay. Aaliyah, hold that question, but I still want to hear the answer. You heard? Callie just had a follow-up to what Naughty just introduced. Callie, what did you say?
Yeah, I'm saying so he can't be a nice guy and have some edge to him. Like all thug adjacent niggas is just some toxic ass mean niggas.
No, I'm not saying that, but if we're just talking about in general.
First question of the day, salute to my sister Callie, is disingenuous. Well, you know all don't mean all, right? You may find a piece of hay in a needle stack for sure, right? But no, generally speaking, right? Because you want a nigga to be like that, he not gonna be nice. It is uberly less likely to happen. Okay? Because if you spend all day not playing, you think he gonna start playing when he get to the house? And this is what I'm telling you, man. Right? He gonna try to love on you as much as possible, but that shit is unrealistic. Because see, nice ain't flowers. If the treatment ain't there, if the inconsistency is there. So what does nice even mean? Why y'all always end up back in the street? Why y'all always end up back single? Why y'all always crying on the edge of the bed from the niggas that got edge? Why you saying you've been hoodwinked and bamboozled because you've been chasing this archetype for men forever and always end up on the edge of the bed? Why? Outcomes. Also, any man striving to be nice is probably a homosexual. Let's keep going.
Majority of the time, the hood dudes don't have a little bit of toxicity in them. We already know that because the environment that they grew up in, some of them healed, some of them didn't heal. You know what I'm saying? All the wounds that they have, all of that. We already know that. But the nice guy can have some wounds too. But if we're talking about majority, 9 times out of 10, that hood dude gonna have some issues. So if women have a nice guy and then they got the hood guy to choose from, I feel like 9 times out of 10 they going for that hood guy because he gonna give them more. He gonna feed that dopamine more than the nice guy will. Nice.
Think about what she's saying. When you have the option for the nice guy, right? And he's exuding nice traits, you don't want him. You want the hood guy. So why even conflate the two? Because when you have nice sitting there, he's not elected. The hood nigga is. The nigga with edge. You try to make it a spectrum. It ain't. Right? So even Cal saying, oh, I want to be nice, you don't even mean it. Because when a nice guy there, he too nice. He finishes last. He's not preferred. He looks corny. He looks lame. So why even add that in? Let's keep going.
He just go to work, come home, tell you good morning every day. Good morning, beautiful. Whoa, give you this, give you that. There's no arguments. There's no pushback. Some women, I would say a lot of women don't like that.
It sounds like you're describing a nice guy as a pushover, and don't nobody want a pushover.
I didn't say a pushover, but that's typically what people think of nice guys. He's a pushover because he's just nice. That's typically what comes with it. All I said was he's just nice. He tells you beautiful, gives you flowers, does nice things for you, don't argue with you. That's not a pushover.
No, you said don't give. You said don't give no pushback.
I said no arguments. I said get you flowers, wake up, text you good morning every single day. Again, that's what women typically look at as a pushover.
She right. They call that man clingy. He doing too much. He they say that shit.
No, but see, my intent.
You want somebody gonna give some pushback.
Yeah, no, my antennas went up when you said no pushback. That's when my antennas went up when you said there's no pushback, and I'm like, well, no, pushback sound like a pushover.
Well, no. So obviously, if there's an issue stemming from, we're just talking about the way that the guy lives his lifestyle. The nice guys typically live their lifestyle very boring, very mundane, very repetitive. The guys with the edge on them, they seem to be a little bit more exciting. So this is the reason why most of the time women will go to that guy because they want the excitement, they want the thrill. That's just what it is.
Yeah, but somebody having the edge on them don't mean they over the cliff. They just got a little edge to them.
Yeah,
that don't mean he don't go to work and come home every damn day. You know what I'm saying?
So
right. But again, we're just talking about in general. There are outliers to everything, but the rule typically is that what's gonna come with that man is gonna be a lot.
I think okay, my bad.
Hold on, let Hamp talk.
Go ahead.
Well, I just want to say quickly, this is the part where I think that you guys are having a conversation where you have to be willfully ignorant to think that you want this person to have this level of edge, because people don't change their mask. So like whatever he's been through is going to eventually rear his head. You know, he's not going to just be mean to everyone else. You will be subject to that, you know, and that's the one thing that I think brings the toxicity part into it, because you want him to be almost like double-minded or contradictory to himself. Right. But it's inevitable that you're going to experience that, you know, and then you be like, well, damn, I thought, well, that's the toxic part that you knew was going to come, but you ignored it. Yo, here's the other thing. what make boy so exciting? Have we ever even asked them to articulate what makes the street nigga exciting? Somebody break it down. What make him exciting? What's he doing? You with a nigga with edge right now. What he doing? Aside being a little rude, a little mean, a little short, he ain't answering your questions. He not text you good morning. What is it? I'm just throwing shit out there. What is it that make him so exciting? What danger? That because remember they saying, oh, we just want him to have a little edge. We don't want him to still be outside. Remember? Right? Remember they never actually even gave that. They never said like what make him so exciting. But it's nothing but the attitude. It's just the attitude. He ain't doing shit because look what Cal said. He's still going to work and coming home. So what is he doing? Did we ever even ask the question? What is he doing that make him so exciting? No.
It also seems like y'all described, or Naughty described, you got good guy, you got nice guy, and then you have the hood dude, I think. So it's like good and nice. You saying nice, and then you started talking about like him just saying yes or whatever, here's the flowers. But then women
T-Mac, what up, Bob?
The good guys. Because then then we shouldn't want nice guys if you're going to explain like that.
Free JDC, salute. Everybody coming in the building, please hit the like button, all right?
Then we should want just the good guys, the ones that are going to be nice, but then they're going to be stern or, you know, have more of a role of authoritative speaking, right? Protection and stuff like that. Nice seem like, you know, something happened, he just gonna be nice with that too and be like, I ain't dealing with that. Ain't nobody want no nice guy then. We want good guys. But
semantics.
It just sounds, yeah, it does. But I want to say this real quick, that also about Michael B.
Yo, Mike G, top hat. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand. That's what I really want to understand. What make him have edge? Because he don't take your shit? Because he don't take no shit from you? That don't make him edgy. Because he put his foot down, that don't make him edgy. That make him a man. But what's so edgy about him having a standard for himself? How you gonna conduct yourself around him and making that known? What make that thug or hood adjacent? Think about how limited our perspective is. Look up this word, occultism. Think about the scope in which we see in the world. Where we saying a man who puts his foot down is edgy. Fuck. Make no sense. But that's how limited our view is. Right? Because when Lady died talking, there's agreeing. Now let's see when Ressa talk her shit.
Jordan, I don't think a lot of women find him attractive, because if he was very attractive and Lori Harvey left him, women will go chasing after him. If like, I don't know if you want to use Chris Brown or somebody in that way, whoever Trey Songz, whoever is the it person today as a man, they waiting for people to leave. But obviously people don't look at Michael B. Jordan as that person.
Well, so you said a lot. You tried to fool me. Like, I don't know a lot is the same as saying some. Do you think most women find him attractive, or you think most women don't?
I think it's 50-50.
She don't think I know that 50.
Well, I can't say 50-50.
That's some.
Oh my God.
Come on, Di. You got to stand on the side. Do you think most Black and Latino women find him attractive?
I would say no.
Most of you guys do not.
No. He's not physically attractive. He's just attractive because of who he is. Like, he's not fine. Like, to be honest with you, like, and I was going to say earlier with women, we like men with an edge. Like, we all say we want Russell Wilson. We don't want Russell Wilson. We always end up with Future first.
Thank you for being honest about that.
When Future got us over there, you know, chest hurting, not coming down the face, that's when we're looking for Russell Wilson. But that's not who we're looking for first. Like, we got to keep it real here. That's not what we're looking for. Most of us, and I'm going to say most of us, we like an edge, aka toxic. That's what we're drawn to. We love that shit. I'm going to be honest with you. If I got Russell knocking at the door, if I got Future knocking at the door, Me and Future, we're gonna go drink lean, whatever the fuck we do. We're gonna go do that together. That's what it is. It's gonna be a hell of a time. Hell of a time.
God damn. Thank you, Caressa. Hurt my feelings. Snot coming out my nose. Let's go drink lean. Don't tell me the truth. Leave me hanging. Leave me wondering. Make sure that I like you more than you like me. Huh? Put an amen in the chat if Caressa was preaching, man. Cause that got to be toxicity.
Yo. That's what it is. Me and Future, we're gonna have a great time, and then it's gonna go south of.
All right, Ressa, hush. You done enough. All right, hold on, real quick, Aaliyah. Mm-hmm. Talk your shit. Like, where? So, can we try to figure out where men fall short? Come on, yo, Caressa just said it because you can't articulate edge, but it seems like toxicity is more easily identified. And 99% of the time, they're intertwined. Right? Because edge isn't just having a standard, expecting respect, and putting your foot down. Nothing about that is edgy. Right? That's what men do. That's what people in leadership positions do. Right? So you can't try to conflate, hey, making sure you're respecting, making sure people are comporting themselves in a particular way with edge. Come on. You want to be talked to a certain way. You want to be treated a certain way. You want to be left on red. So the majority of men, I would argue easily, will be much more aligned with Russell Wilson than Future. Right?
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
So are men fall short because they don't have this negative toxic traits? Is that what we're articulating right here, right now?
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Like, women want to.
Yeah, but I don't agree. I don't agree.
They like that.
It really depends on the woman and her preference.
I think, but they're saying that they prefer the toxicity.
I think he just laid back and she just chills. His demeanor is very laid back.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Aaliyah, mind you, right? What was said was what was said. So let me make sure I ask the question again. With Russell Wilson in Future. The majority of men, I would argue easily, will be much more aligned with Russell Wilson in Future. Right?
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
So are men fall short because they don't have this negative toxic traits? Is that what we're articulating right here, right now?
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Like, women want to.
Yeah, but I don't agree. I don't agree.
They like that.
It really depends on the woman and her preference.
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard it how Aaliyah heard it. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard it how Aaliyah heard it, or you hearing something different. Put a 2 in the chat. If you heard what Aaliyah heard, or if you heard something different. Yeah, see, I'm not doing this. Oh, he got a little bit of That ain't how none of this shit works. Damn, let's keep going.
They're saying that they prefer the toxicity.
I think he just laid back and she just chills. His demeanor is very laid back.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Aaliyah is a grown up, okay? Y'all don't get to just talk over her when y'all want to.
I'm sorry, baby.
That's your baby.
It's a preference. That's all I was saying. That they saying it's a preference. They prefer the toxicity over the good guy or the nice guy over the Russell Wilson. That's what they're saying right now. It's a preference for that toxicity, for that edge.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think
no offense, niggas was toxic though. Like what y'all toxic.
Just out of all the women that I've spoken with, I've been streaming and going live since 2019, and I've been doing my Naughty at Night show since 2022. So I've had thousands of women. I've had conversations with thousands of men. Some married, some not. And from my observation, what I think is, I think they want Future, but they want to be the ones that turn him into Russell Wilson. They want to turn Future into Russell Wilson, because if you can take the bad boy and turn him into Russell Wilson, it's like, well, he's doing that because he loves me. He loves me. He loves me so much. He loves me better than anybody. I'm the only one that can get him to straighten up his ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what it is. So a lot of times women will work on a man that is a project for them to try to get him to become this person. And so that's the issue. They see the quote unquote potential, have the dream life, imaginary dream life in their mind. And so they try to take this man and turn him into that. If that makes sense. It'll validate the love. Yeah. It'll validate the love that the toxic man has for them. If he can change and become Russell Wilson for her, she'll take it.
And then when he becomes Russell Wilson, she ain't gonna like him no more.
No, because she know what he's capable of. You know what I'm saying? It's a situation.
What's this whole thing? Are y'all still doing that? That still play. I thought that shit was played out. Like, women still trying to fix men or change men or, make him something he ain't. Y'all still doing that? But y'all still thinking y'all could do that? Is that women still trying to do that shit? I ain't know that was still a thing.
Question where it's like, he did all this for me because I'm just that great. I'm so wonderful. He loves me so much that now he's this great guy. They want to be the ones to turn him into something. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, but as she's propping him up and turning him into Russell Wilson, that's also gassing her own head up as well. Right. Like, he did this for me, so like, if I could do it for this one, I could do it for the next one. So as she's switching him over and trying to change him, she's also, her ego's getting bigger and she's puffing her chest out. And like Callie said, once he turned into Russell Wilson, she's not going to want him no more. Not in the same way as she wanted him when he was still a project. Once he's finished, she's gonna need a new project. She's gonna find something else to work on.
That's true.
Jeez.
Or he could turn around and want somebody else because now he feel like he's above her there. Mm-hmm. That happens a lot too.
It's a catch-22.
Yeah.
At daily_living_capital donated $20 through Super Chat. How can toxicity turn someone wholesome?
It doesn't.
No.
You're with that person for the thrill. It feels good. You could never turn somebody toxic wholesome. That will never happen.
But that's how women think.
But they delusional. They think that they can.
I think we want that. I think we just don't want them cheating. Like, we like that. We like the lifestyle. We like the dopamine rush that they bring. I think, if anything, we just don't want them out there in the cheating. But in terms of those character traits, we probably keep them the same way that they are because that's what we're attracted to. We just don't want to deal with the other bitches, the headaches. But other than that, stay the way you are. That's what we were attracted to.
Are you talking about like the morally gray man situation?
Explain.
No, I'm talking about in terms of women being attracted to toxic men. Like, that's what we're attracted to. Like, we're attracted to the swag. We're attracted to the man that have the oomph to him. Like, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're attracted to.
That's not. But why are we calling that toxic?
No, that's what I meant by morally gray, because like it cannot be toxic.
This the shit that killed me, right? These be the same women that's saying shit like, well, I think having sex 3 days a week is enough. They come up with some type of parameter, rules, and guidelines, and then have a expectation on the opposite end that doesn't match what they offering. The men that you want, it seemed like damn near all the men want him. Before you got with him, he had access to all the women that he wanted. He could have sex every day. And now you come in the picture talking about 3 days is enough. Or if I do it, I'm giving starfish. I'm just lifting my leg up. At what point? Who's settling for that? Yeah, my bad. Men want him. Thank you. Who? He ain't dealing with that. You rationing cheeks. He not dealing with that. But you know that already. That's why I'm glad Caressa said what she said. Because she's like, that's the only part we got an issue with. Because you know a whole bunch of other shit is happening.
Toxic, but it can also not be completely good guy.
So the toxic
came from... they are toxic. Those are the men that got all them bitches behind them.
Right.
Those are the ones that can't keep their ass inside. Like, we've dated them. We got to be real. Let's be real for a minute. And specifically, that's that type of man, the one that's outside. You know, the ones that refer to them as him. Them motherfuckers are toxic. Anybody who says I am him is toxic.
Right.
Toxic.
Right. Because y'all gotta remember, we're talking about in general. We're not talking about the unicorn that's like Tupac with a suit on, that's like a thug, but he's like a gentleman sweetheart. Like, we're not talking about
No,
that.
but
Like,
that's
we're
what
talking
they
about
be
like
talking about though.
in
That's what they
general.
be trying
Like,
to
if you
describe.
going for the hood guy, 9 times out of 10, he gonna be toxic. There are outliers. Nothing is absolute, but majority of the time, that's how it is.
So can we just say that the women who, okay, toxic is different than someone having swag. I just want to throw it out there. But the toxic men, can we just say that the women who want toxic men are toxic too?
Yes.
Why would you want something that you're not like? Like if you want a good man, but you don't want to, have morals and values like that good man, then don't get with the good man. Go stay with the toxic life and be unstable if you want. But it's okay to be honest with yourself. I feel
Die is right, except for the women don't know or don't want to admit that they are toxic because they are drawn to it and they like it. See, that's the issue, Die. If you could get them to say they toxic and to acknowledge what they're saying is edge is actually toxicity, you would get somewhere. But they not doing that, you see? Who's keeping it 100 with themselves? Whose integrity is that intact where they can see the forest through the trees when they sitting on the other side? That's the same women saying, oh, I could fix him. I could change him. Nah. You there for a reason. And you are in this perpetual state of trying to fix a nigga. Whatever you call fix. Because you not even looking in the mirror to see that that's you. You that. So that's the only thing I would say to Lady Di and what she's saying there. You know what I mean? And we try to put things on like a spectrum. Well, he ain't that bad. Because he ain't out here shooting nobody. You know what I mean? Like they try to make it like a spectrum so it can be acceptable for the things they know is toxic, but they saying there's a balance there.
like if the women who want toxicity, then be that.
No, Di. We need to go. We need to dive deeper into this topic though. It can't just be so you got the flow after this, right? It can't just be the toxic stay with the toxic. Not because we trying to figure out, right? Because we always converse about what the women are doing, right? We dive into the ideology. So now we're trying to figure out where men fall short. It can't simply be because only the toxic like the toxic. I disagree vehemently. The women like toxic. That's what's being articulated right now. It's not just the toxic women. But
women who want that life don't want to be good. That's the problem.
No, they want to be good, and it is the inverse of what they are, which makes it alluring. Like opposite attracts.
Okay, think of somebody all of y'all. Think of somebody that you know that want a toxic man. Look at their life. Is their life full of chaos and drama?
So I feel like you know what Ham just said. I think that's more alluring to the younger woman or women that haven't been through a toxic man. But if you've already been through a toxic man, you don't want toxic no more. You want the rest of
the point is we've all experienced it though. Yeah. We've all attracted toxic at one point in our lives. At one point, we were attracted to that for whatever reason. That's the point.
We have the bad boy complex. I agree.
So okay, well,
but if we learn from it, we've evolved.
No.
So the evolved women might not want that.
So are we talking about the women? Are we talking about the women who are inexperienced or the women who are experienced? Because I feel like we need to separate the conversation.
Die, please, my heart, please. this is what I'm saying, right? Because you know it, right? And this is the thing. I don't even want to try to make the young versus old, because when we start hearing about the complaints, they be complaining and sounding the exact same. If you didn't know the women's ages and you took the octave out, because when y'all get older, y'all should start getting rusty and all that. The complaints are, except for Darcel, right? The complaints are the same. He bamboozled me. He tricked me. Niggas ain't. They all sound the same. So I don't even want to put it on the youngins. All right, let's get Darcel in real quick before y'all reply. Darcel, what's popping, man? What you trying to say?
That's crazy though, Ham.
Oh, you try to? Oh, I see you try to cut her off now. Okay, Ali, I see you trying to get her back. Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What you say? You got something to say? I think that we attract who we are, and I think
it ain't just the young women. Callie saying it, Ressa saying it. They my age. Well, Callie older than me. Ali was agreeing. She younger. We trying to put it on the, oh, they toxic. Nah. Women just, that's what women seem to be attracted to.
Swag and all of that is separate. Being toxic is what you have going on, whether it's your insecurities, your trauma. And that is separate from a man that has swag, who just, he has that bad boy. Because I know men, I'm older. So I know a lot of men who have the swag, they lay back, they used to be in the streets and they're not in the streets anymore. And they're not toxic. Because toxic is, you know, you have insecurities and, you know, you got to mess with a bunch of women because you need these women to make you feel good. Or, you know, you watch your mother be verbally abused. So now you want to verbally abuse a woman. It's like, it's two separate things. So it's being toxic. A good guy can be toxic. A quiet dude can be toxic. So I just don't think they go together. They're not, they two separate things. And you are always going to attract who you are. If you're not toxic, you're not going to be attracted to a toxic man. You might talk to him and conversate with him, but the more you start hearing red flags, you're going to shut it down because, you know, I'm not going to deal with it. So that was my,
all right, let me read these real quick. Black King with the $5 says, get a shot, Hamp. You're going to need one before it's all over. Hold on, let me get to, I want to get to shit like making, etc. So where do men fall short? So this clip came out perfectly, and I actually created this show last week. Go ahead, Naughty.
Since the topic is where do men fall short?
Yes.
I'm going to bring it back to that.
All right.
So the men are falling short because the men want the same archetype of a woman that the woman want of the man. They want the future in woman version. For example, they want the BBL bags. They want the girls that, you know, are twerking, revealing, going outside. They want those girls. They're upset that those girls don't want them. Those are the girls that they're choosing. Lori Harvey, she was with Diddy and the Son. She was running through all these celebrities, and then Michael B. Jordan still picked her. And he knew her background. So those types of men are choosing the toxic women, and then they upset when they get, well, not what they toxic. They're choosing the bad girls, and then they're upset when they get what comes with that. So that's where they fall short, in my opinion.
Is there anybody disagree?
I just think it goes back to the toxic, the trauma, and you attracted to who you are.
So do you disagree, Dasha?
Oh, I'm sorry. I agree, but it's still, I agree. They do.
Yeah, what y'all think about her take where she's saying men are essentially doing the same thing that the women are doing? And my point stands vehemently, right? We just hear like the complaints that was so interesting just about the toxic and the edgy shit, you know, because we have that conversation more often, you know, and it just don't make no sense. Most 99% of niggas is square. All right. You heard? But just because he's square don't mean he's void of being a man and exuding those very masculine traits. I think y'all have an issue like identifying it. It's like women don't know what men look like or something. If you don't have the cadence and all that, right? You know, they were telling me Michael B. Jordan don't have the je ne sais quoi. We have average women saying they not fucking with Michael B. Jordan because he ain't cool enough. He's corny to them. Like women don't be corny as hell. That part amuses me. Do like women be funny? Like, let me know. Do women be funny? Like funny, like which I think, like I just never. And again, these aren't skills that men are particularly looking for, but like women be running around wild, charismatic, and all that. Like, I'm just saying, happy. Like I'm asking, like. And then they be running around calling men corny. That shit is diabolical to me. Like, yeah, Serena, y'all get one off every so often. But you calling niggas corny? Come on. Nah, not the rainbow shopping niggas. Not the shine cart having niggas. Nah, not you. Not the Temu shopping niggas. You, nah, my heart. Nah, not you. Not you. Oh man. And you articulating the reason why, because they identify that with some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody disagree? Is men are losing because they want the BBL baddies, not because there's not women. There's not because there's a shortage of women out there for them.
I feel like men are overlooking some good women. I do. I feel like men are overlooking the good women. She may not have the look or the aesthetic that they're going for. And so they'll sit over there with, Keisha, and they get dogged out, and now they're upset about it.
I was agreeing with you, Nadia, at first, but I wouldn't say that men are going for the BBL women.
It doesn't necessarily have to be the BBL woman. That's an example. I'm just saying that they're going for the women that are the quote unquote bad girls, because how many good women do we know that are typically modest, stay to themselves, that are good women that are being overlooked by men? We know a lot of them. They don't wear the weave, they don't wear the lashes, they don't wear the makeup, they're natural to themselves, and they get overlooked by the men because the men are.
So I wanted to make sure I heard this part just so we can have the conversation about this part. There was one more part that I wanted to play though. I think it's right here. And then I'll bring the people up. I dropped the link in the chat. Let me see.
On the Hustle Show, we got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science.
He does not come off as a nerd or corny.
I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously. On the Hustle Show, we got Michael.
Oh, yeah.
He don't come off as corny.
That thing they didn't want me.
Not at all.
Yo, man.
He come off as somebody that knows a little something, but knows when to show it.
Here's the fly shit, right? And I want to ask a different question, right? Because we've belabored this a bit. How do a bunch of corny people have the audacity and unmitigated gall to try to call people corny, too corny to date? What do women do that is so charismatic, so becoming, that you get to disqualify people based on how cool you think they are, as uncool as you guys are? Can you explain that to me? Y'all don't even watch football. Y'all don't even play football. Like, how can y'all be cool?
You need to play football. To be cool.
I think that goes back to
what is cool.
I think that goes back to the validation of other women. Like, other women put the stamp on him as corny, so it comes off as corny. Other women put the stamp on Russell Wilson as, a great guy, or, husband material, what we need to be looking for. So that's why he's that. So I think that that's where it comes from, because realistically, if you look at it, most women's lives are pretty mundane, pretty boring, pretty go to work, come home, maybe go to brunch every now and again. We don't really do too much. Some women have hobbies or whatever, but for the most part, like you said, who's really cool and popping like that? I think it just comes from the validation of other women, in my opinion.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.